Nickelodeon Universe is located in the American Dream Mall, and with it having many fun as well as thrilling rides themed to our favourite TV shows, it is easy to see why it is loved by so many. However, today we're going to count down the top 10 rides at Nickelodeon Universe American Dream. Starting off at number 10, we have SpongeBob's Jellyfish Jam. And no matter whether you are a huge SpongeBob SquarePants fan or are just looking for another fun family ride, then this rather fishy attraction should definitely be on your bucket list. Similar to many of your standard swing rides, once you have boarded in either a 1 or 2 person seat, you will rise and spin around Jellyfish Fields. Nevertheless, what I particularly love about this ride is the theming, as with all of the models, Operation Pod, and of course the giant jellyfish which you will ride on, you really feel immersed in the SpongeBob SquarePants world. If you are looking for a little bit more of an intense experience than a swing ride, then do not fear, as taking our number 9 spot we have Jimmy's Neutron Atom Smasher. And since its debut back in 2019, this has always been a fan favourite, as you can control your very own experience. Now of course you will spin around in circles and rise up and down, but by using the lever provided in the middle of your car, you can choose how many times as well as how long you spin upside down for. Therefore, if you just want to sit there and enjoy the bouncing, you can do that. Or if you want to flip non-stop at 25 miles an hour while spinning and bouncing in circles, you can sure do that too. Get your sick bags ready, as for our number 8 spot, things are about to turn very dizzy, as we have Angus Air Gliders, the park's air race attraction. And so before we do begin to talk about the ride experience itself, due to this being a very, and I mean very, common ride from all around the world, if you are heading to the park on a busy day, we would suggest trying the more unique attractions first. Yet if you do get a chance to ride, you will definitely not be disappointed, with your plane spinning upside down through the air, whilst you also spin around, giving both you and your stomach an experience to never forget. You can't have a Nickelodeon theme park without a slime themed ride, and this Nickelodeon Universe is no exception, as for our number 7 spot we have Nickelodeon Slime Streak. Spanning across the whole park, from the moment you walk in, this family coaster will be screaming, "Ride me," and you should 100% do that, as once you have boarded this attraction and your lap bars have been lowered, you will experience everything from steep drops to hills to bank turns to so much more, all whilst you head around the many rides and theming pieces that the park has to offer. How cool is that? Who here loves a good old gyro swing? Well, of course you do, but do you know that this park has a smaller version of this, as for our number 6 spot we have Kraang Prime Pandemonium. However, just because it is smaller does not mean it is, if not more, intense, because not only will you be spun around more than your average ride does due to the smaller disc, but in addition to this, you and of course the rest of the thrill seekers on board will be taken the full 360 degrees around, over and over and over again, which you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know that it is both plain down intense but also very fun. Top 5, and coming in for this position we have Skyline Scream. And as you can probably guess by the name, if you are scared of heights, then this is not the ride for you. Standing at a total of 121 feet high, just looking at this record breaking ride gives me the shivers. but on ride, wow, is that a different story, as once you have climbed to the tippy top of the tower, you will spin around providing a fantastic view of the park. Nevertheless, before you can say, wow, that was awesome, you will drop back down before a series of bounces which will make even the biggest thrill seekers in the group put their hands in the air. It is time for some magic, as taking our number 4 position we have Timmy's Halfpipe Havoc, and themed towards the famous Nickelodeon programme The Fairly Odd Parents. Already I know that most of you are like, this is a must do. Although it does not stop there, as this roller coaster is honestly a wish came true, with you basically getting aboard a giant skateboard that you will then rise back and forth on at the same time as the 2 discs attached to it will also spin, creating some very funny moments when you see your friends' scared faces. Just remember, they can also see yours too. Here we are at the top 3 rides at the park, and for this spot we have got the Shredder. And where do I begin when talking about this ride, as despite it being labelled as a family coaster, in my opinion it definitely does provide both thrills but also fun, featuring such elements as a lift hill followed by many bank turns, drops and even a few airtime moments. On this 3-minute ride there is no doubt you will get your money's worth. Nevertheless, the best part is still to come, as your car is not only designed to have 4 people facing each other, which is pretty cool if you ask me, but also spin around, meaning that no experience will ever be the same on the Shredder. Between number 2 and number 1 it was tough. However, after a lot of consideration, we've decided to put Sandy's Blasting Bronco at the number 2 spot. Based off Sandy from the SpongeBob series, if you think you have what it takes to ride, you will get to jump aboard Sandy's latest invention for a ride like no other. Quite literally, as once you have boarded, and for the best experience we would recommend the front of the car, you will launch forward and complete 2 Immelmans rollover and a crazy amount of airtime on the ride, all before you go back into the station. But it does not stop there, as this ride will then spin on a turntable and do it all again backwards. So if that does not make you want to ride, I honestly do not know what will. We have made it to the number 1 spot, and in our opinion the best ride at the park is going to no other than Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shellraiser, where the words intense have been taken to the next level. Designed and manufactured by Gerstlauer, before you even get onto the ride itself you will know that you are in for a treat. And you will not be wrong, as the elements on this ride include, and get ready for it guys, a Heartline roll, launch from 0 to 62 miles an hour, corkscrew banana roll yum, another corkscrew vertical lift hill, the world's steepest drop at 121 degrees, dive loop, top hat, aluminum and so much more. And therefore with all of this, in addition to some pretty cool theming and car too, I think it is easy to see why Shellraiser is at the number 1 ride at the park. Thank you all for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.